friends, Kim from Stamping Imperfection. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm here with a video for Scrappy Tails Crafts, and I'm using their new release. It's called A Midsummer Night's Dream, and I love this release. You can see I have the stencil set, the Starry Night stencil set, I have the Fairy Friends set, and then I have this Fairy Sentiments stamp set, which is like a sentiment builder set. So it's pretty fabulous. And I also will be playing with a cover die set that's got a lot of little extra dies in it that are sort of like scene builder dies. So the first thing I'm going to use is this stencil. This is a set of 3 stencils, and 2 of them layer to give you a moon with some moon details, and then lots of different stars and sparkly things in your night sky. So it's pretty fantastic. Now I'm just going to use this bottom stencil and just use the circle like a spotlight stencil, and I want to create this little night sky look just in this little circular area. Now I was being careful, so I didn't bother masking off the stars or taping it in place, but I was being super careful here. And I used seedless preserves and faded jeans distress oxides. So you can see this is the cover die stencil here, and it comes with all these little, you can see the moon, the stars. It has 2 different size clouds, and it's got the cloud shape, and then it's got this outline die that has a pretty fabulous center piece that usually you would throw away, but I'm going to use it. I love the way it looks. Now I didn't quite get my stencil centered, so I'm trimming off 1/8 of an inch, and I also wanted it more toward the top, so I took 1/8 of an inch off the top. So I'm cutting it down just a little bit more, and I'll just have more of a mat around when I finish off my card, so that's going to work out all right. So I actually have already stamped 2 fairies and the hedgehog from the Fairy Friend stamp set. These are my 2 favorite fairies. I think there are 5 fairies altogether. There's a little hedgehog. There are a couple little, couple really nice mushroom scenes. There's stars. There's butterflies. There's sentiments. Like, it's a huge set packed full of value, just like that cloud die set or cloud cover die, with all those extra little dies in there that help you build scenes. Like, it just is packed full of value. I just love it. So I'm going to put the little outline die that I cut out, and I cut this out in light blue, and I cut the clouds out in just white. So I'm going to glue that. This is art glitter glue that I'm using here, and those are cutter bee, I think they're called tweezer bees actually. So I'm going to use one of those center pieces to the outline die with my clouds, and of course I want to use that little crescent moon because it's fabulous. And then there's a little star that I'm going to use, and I die cut those out of the brightest yellow I have in my stash, and I'm just fussing to build a little scene here that I like. And I'm kind of trying to position it so that Fairy looks like she's hanging that star, or she's about to grab the star. So I'm just going to pop her up on some foam dots and give her a little bit of dimension. The star is pretty small. While I'd love that on a foam dot, I don't really have any foam dots that tiny. So I'm just going to use liquid glue on the moon and the star. And then on that white cloud with the blue outline, I'm going to pop that up on a foam dot. And I'm trying to kind of hold it in place because I like the way I have it laid out. So I'll put some liquid glue on the bottom piece. Like, that's really the piece you throw out. Why would you throw that out? It's fantastic. So now those extra pieces, of course, will make another project on another day. So this is the second stencil, and the one that gives you the moon detail. and lots more sparkly things. And this is the third one. I did a video on that a couple days ago and made a very pretty card with that. So you'll definitely want to take a look at that video. And we have an Instagram hop that is going on this week until June 18th. If you check out the Instagram hop, I'll put the link below. And leave us some comment love. You have a chance to win one of some of the prizes, which I believe are gift cards to the Scrappy Tails shop. So I'm just fussing here to decide which sentiment I want to use, and I just love so many of them. And in the end, I'm going to go back to that sentiment on the Fairy Friends stamp set that I love so much. And I think Sabrina just knocked this release out of the park. So I picked the sentiment, and I'm just going to stamp this with black ink. Whenever I have a sentiment that's this big, like this has 3 lines, it's got a couple different fonts, which I love. I love it when designers do that. I like to have that stamped directly on my card. I don't feel like there's any good way to cut that out so it looks really great, unless there's a coordinating die that goes with it. There are coordinating dies for the fairy set, by the way, and a lot of the dies in this release are standalone dies, and they're perfectly designed for scene building. So definitely check those out. Like, it's amazing. It's just so cleverly designed. So I cut down that blue piece of cardstock to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I cut my card base at 4 1/4 by 11. I scored and folded it at 5 1/2. And now again, I'm using liquid glue here because I'm having one of those days where I can't get anything straight. So I'm using my Tombow glue because this glue for me has the greatest amount of wiggle room. So it gives me time to move things and get them lined up, and I needed that today. Like, I'm just having one of those days. So I want to add a little sparkle, so I pulled out some, these are my favorite gems from my stash, and I'm just going to put 3 on the card. I'm very stingy with these because I want these to last forever. So I only put 3 on a card. It takes a really special card to get 5. But I'm going to put these down with my art glitter glue because it dries clear, and I can put a really little dot of that on there and it sticks forever. So that's going to complete my card. I'll put the links to all this stuff below into that Instagram hop. And I would love it if you give this video a thumbs up. And I would also love it if you are not subscribed to my channel, if you subscribed while you're here and click that bell so you get notifications every time I upload a new video. And please check out our Instagram hop for a chance to win one of those gift cards. Thank you so much for watching, friends, and have a wonderful day.